We've got the answers then to the questions on the cardiovascular system. And the first question is an image of the heart. And this is really useful for future questions, because if this image of the heart here has been used in this exam question, it's likely that they're going to use the same image or a very similar image of the heart in future questions on future papers. So if you can use this image for your revision and you can identify all the different parts of the heart in this image, then you're probably going to be shown this again and be able to get the answer correct in an exam paper. So the question is, figure 1 shows a diagram of the heart. Identify the part of the heart that is labelled incorrectly. So C here is pulmonary artery, that's correct. A, septum, which separates the two parts of the heart, that's correct. Tricuspid valve here, that is also correct on the right side of the heart. So pulmonary vein here is incorrect. So this is the vena cava, which takes deoxygenated blood from the body back to the heart. So it should be vena cava rather than pulmonary vein. So D is the correct answer. The human heart is part of a single circulatory system. Is this statement true or false? The answer to that is going to be false. It's part of a double circulatory system. And that's because there are two circuits involved. So there's the pulmonary circuit, which takes blood to and from the lungs and the heart, so between the lungs and the heart. And then there's the systemic circuit, which takes blood to and from the heart and the rest of the body. So it's a double circulatory system rather than a single. Describe one role of red blood cells during exercise. So just a 1-mark question. The most likely answer you'd have put is transports oxygen to the working muscles, but you could have also got a mark for transports carbon dioxide from the muscles to the lungs. Identify the waste product which causes muscular fatigue during exercise, and this is referring specifically to anaerobic exercise, and the waste product is lactic acid. So that's caused by an oxygen debt in the muscles. So the answer is lactic acid. And a final question is another question on the double circulatory system. The heart is responsible for pumping blood around the body. Describe how the double circulatory system performs this function. Now, it's a little bit tricky deciphering this question, and it's 4 marks available. We've got to think about what they want to know. That's the difficult part of the question. Luckily, though, there's a lot of different marks available within the mark scheme. So we could have said 2 marks for what the double circulatory system is. So a heart consists of 2 separate loops or circuits, you could have said, one between the heart and the lungs and one for the heart and the body. And you could have also said blood travels through the heart twice for a mark as well. You could have also got a mark just for putting pulmonary circulation and systemic circulation. So if you mentioned pulmonary and systemic circuits, then you can get a mark for each of that. And then there's lots of other marks available for just describing the path of the blood and where it goes. So if, for example, deoxygenated blood goes from the right ventricle to the lungs, the pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood to the lungs. You could have said oxygenated blood goes back to the left atrium. Pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood back to the left atrium. Oxygenated blood from left ventricle goes to the body and the muscles. It's the aorta which carries this oxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood back to the right atrium, and it's the vena cava which does this. It carries the deoxygenated blood back to the heart or the right atrium. So again, it just shows us how useful it is to know each part of the heart and also be confident in discussing the path of the blood, because if you know that image of the heart well and you can label that heart, then you can pretty much answer any question that the exam paper can throw at you on that topic.